Hello there, I'm just here to talk about what a good first aid kit or some winter wellness kit would look like. So you'll keep your family healthy and safe over the winter. So the first thing would normally be a first aid kit for general accidents and injuries. You can buy ready-made kits, all different shapes and sizes, but they tend to be quite expensive. You pay a lot for the packaging. So really what they contain, first thing, like plasters. It's always a good thing to have in your kit. Something like antiseptic cream for any minor cuts and grazes, that sort of thing, stopping infection spreading. For slightly larger wounds or burns and scalds, you can have like sterile dressing, that kind of thing, but you will need some tape to hold that in place. It won't stick on its own. Again, for sort of injuries like sprains and strains, something like a crepe bandage just to wrap up a limb, just to give it a bit of support. Obviously, something like for checking people's temperature, see if they've got a fever or not. Good thermometer is recommended. This is an ear thermometer, the type they use in doctor surgeries and hospitals, particularly good for children. Obviously, it's a little bit expensive, so obviously there are cheaper ones that you can use under your tongue for adults, but that's a good one to get. For any eye injuries, obviously anything too serious must go straight to hospital straight away, but if you've got a little bit of something in your eye, a good eye wash, that will just help flush it out. So that will save you any sort of pain, discomfort, hopefully. A good pair of tweezers is always good as well for splinters and things like that. So that's a basic first aid kit. Obviously you can add lots more things to that. Also there's some medicines that you probably should keep in stock. Most basic, all paracetamol. Most people can tolerate paracetamol. It's pretty good for any sort of headaches, aches and pains, high temperature, fever. But do bear in mind who's going to be in your household over the winter. So if it's going to be children, get a liquid form. Make sure you follow the recommended dosage though, because obviously it does change according to age and body weight. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. Some people don't think paracetamol works very well for them, so they go for something like ibuprofen. It's an anti-inflammatory painkiller. So this is particularly good for muscular aches and pains. People like it for headaches and migraines, seems to work quite well for them. Again, it's not suitable for everybody, so make sure you read the instructions on the back to make sure it's going to be suitable for the person who's going to be taking it. Something like an antihistamine tablet, so if you get any allergies to something, bites, stings, something like that, there's plenty of others available, but this is a particularly good one. So again, if you start getting a rash or itchiness or any sort of allergic reaction to something, a good thing to have one of those straight away. Also, people tend to get a lot of stomach troubles over the winter period, so the Christmas period. So for sickness and diarrhea, these are oral rehydration sachets, just to replace the lost fluids and salts. So again, if you've been sick or diarrhea, good for adults and children. Again, anything sort of lasts more than 24 hours, you should seek medical advice for that anyway. But also for adults only, something to actually stop the diarrhea, something like this. So loperamide, this is a particular brand. So this will be good, obviously, to stop a bout of diarrhea. But again, if it's persistent, you need to seek medical help. But this will just kind of tide you over if it is inconvenient for you. And the last thing that I'd recommend for over the Christmas period especially is something like an indigestion and heartburn remedy. So obviously a little bit of indulgence over Christmas. So this is a very good thing to stop all the pains in the stomach and the acid that builds up. Something like that. Again, plenty of other makes available, but that will help with that. So that's a very, very basic kit. Plenty of other things you can add to that. If you know you're particularly prone to sore throats, you can get some sort of antiseptic lozenges in, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. But please pop into your local pharmacy for advice, and we can help you with supply whatever you need for the winter, and help you recommend things that might be suitable for the whole family.